This is the blueprint for our website at ourfathersway.com. Building a house requires a blueprint, and this is the blueprint for Our Father's Way. Our belief system is like a house. It is built on doctrine, and the doctrine is our foundation. The belief system of Messiah Yahusha was and is built upon the doctrine of our Father, which is defined in the following passage. Luke 24:44 through 45 says, "And he said to them," this is Yahusha talking, "These are the words which I spoke to you while I was with you, that all things must be fulfilled which were written in the law of Moshe, the prophets, and the Tehillim concerning me. Then he opened their understanding that they might understand the scriptures." The law of Moshe includes the first 5 books of the Bible. The prophets include the Hebrew writings that were written prior to the birth of our Messiah. The Tehillim are the Psalms that were written and collected by King David. The Greek writings that we know as the New Testament had been written after our Messiah had ascended to heaven, so these writings were not available to him, his disciples, or even Paul. This is an important concept for us to understand because Yahusha's belief system was built on these writings. His belief system was not built on the Greek writings that most of us use today. If we want to reconstruct our Messiah's belief system, then we must use the foundation that he used in his day, which includes the law, the prophets, and the Tehillim. His house is built on a firm foundation. If we follow his example, then our house will also be built on a firm foundation. Based on this belief system, we have nothing to fear because Messiah Yahusha was resurrected from the dead, and he ascended to the right hand of our Father in heaven and is in his presence. He has access to the tree of life and can live forever. If this is our desired outcome, then all we have to do is follow his example and use the things he used to form the foundation to his house. This foundation is firm because the words of our Father stand forever. It is like a rock that cannot be moved, changed, or deleted, even by him. The foundation is the law, the prophets, and the Tehillim. Yeshayahu says, "The grass withers and the flower fades, but the word of our Mighty One shall stand forever." This is found in Yeshayahu 48. Words of men do not stand forever. Men's kingdoms and their belief systems establish laws and doctrines for their citizens. They use these things to establish a foundation for which the citizens can build their houses upon. However, the kingdoms of men and their belief systems fall. They are replaced by other kingdoms and religious belief systems. So people have to rebuild their houses on a new foundation. The various belief systems of the world are built on the doctrines of man. That is their foundation. Unfortunately, their houses are built upon a temporary foundation that can be replaced by another kingdom or another belief system. Kingdoms fall, belief systems collapse, doctrines and laws are replaced, but the house was already built. Houses were built on a temporary foundation and have to be rebuilt on a new foundation. The house collapses because it was built on the words and doctrines of men. Here are examples of fallen kingdoms that were replaced: the Babylonian kingdom, the Persian Empire, the Greek Empire, the Roman Empire. All were powerful and mighty kingdoms. Their laws are no longer binding, and their doctrines are no longer relevant. The foundations of each one of these empires is no longer in existence. They have collapsed, and people who built their houses upon these belief systems and these political systems also collapsed. Here are examples of religious belief systems that collapsed: the Egyptian pantheon, the Greek pantheon, the Roman pantheon, the Norse pantheon. These religious belief systems are now labeled mythology. They are not real because they were manufactured by the words of men. This is the question we must ask ourselves. What religious belief systems are in existence today that we believe are real and true but are not? Today they are labeled real, but tomorrow will they be labeled mythology? Did the people who died in these religious belief systems go to the place where they were expecting to go? No, they did not. Their houses were built on the words of men, which have no power to fulfill any promises made to their people. Here is an example. The Pope promises this man and his family that they will go to heaven and receive eternal life. The Pope dies. All of his words and promises die with him. They fade away like grass because the Pope is dead. All previous popes are dust and ashes in their graves. Their words and promises have no power. However, our Father in heaven lives forever. Therefore, his word stands forever. His kingdom has not been replaced and never will. Yahusha is positioned on our Father's right hand. He has been resurrected and also lives forever. Yahusha has access to the tree of life. If our Father can resurrect Messiah Yahusha from the dead, he can also resurrect us from the dead. Yahusha's belief system is built on the law, the prophets, and the Tehillim. That is the foundation for his belief system. He built his house on a firm foundation that will never fade away or collapse, and he is still standing to this day. There are two types of belief systems built on Yahuwah's word, and belief systems built on the words of men. Houses built on Yahuwah's word will stand forever, but houses built on the words of men will collapse. Yahusha's belief system is built on Yahuwah's word. Our Messiah confirms this understanding in the following. He says, "Therefore, whosoever hears these sayings of mine and does them, I will liken him unto a wise man which built his house upon a rock. And the rain descended, and the floods came, and the winds blew and beat upon that house, and it fell not, for it was founded upon a rock." These belief systems are founded upon the word of our Father in heaven. Messiah Yahusha continues, he says, "And everyone that hears these sayings of mine and does not do them shall be likened unto a foolish man which built his house upon the sand. And the rain descended, and the floods came, and the winds blew and beat upon that house, and it fell, and great was the fall of it." This is found in Matthew 7:24-27. These belief systems are founded upon the words of men. Here is our situation. Constantine was an emperor of the Roman Empire from 306 CE to 337 CE, which is about 300 years after the death, resurrection, and ascension of our Messiah. He served other mighty ones which had its own practices, doctrines, principles, and rules. His belief system was not Yahuwah's belief system. Emperor Constantine combined his belief system with the belief system of our Father and created Christianity through a process called religious syncretism. Our Father warned us against this practice, saying, "You shall utterly destroy all the places where the nations which you shall possess serve their mighty ones, upon the high mountains and upon the hills and under every green tree, and you shall overthrow their altars and break their pillars and burn their groves with fire, and you shall hew down the graven images of their mighty ones and destroy the names of them out of that place. You shall not do so unto Yahuwah your mighty one." This is found in Devarim 12:2-4. This is the opposite of religious syncretism. None of these words are related to combining or merging the belief system of our Father with the belief system of other nations. Hew down, utterly destroy, burn, break, overthrow. He does not want his people to adopt any of the practices, doctrines, principles, and rules of any other belief system or mix them with his. Our Father knows belief systems built on the words of men will collapse. He knows that people who build their houses on these kinds of foundations will not receive the eternal outcome they were expecting. Yahuwah wants his people to live. For this reason, Yahuwah instructed his people to destroy everything related to man-made belief systems because he cares about us. He knows that when leaders mix his words with the words of men, that they are no longer his words. Yahuwah wants people to live. The belief system of Christianity and Catholicism is a mixture of at least two religious belief systems. How does one know if the salvation message taught is a part of Yahuwah's salvation message or Constantine's salvation message? If it is a combination of the two, is there really salvation in the message of this belief system? Here is an example. Yahuwah gives directions to his house. He says, "Walk 2 miles down Cherry Lane, turn right on Walnut Boulevard. My house is the third one on the left." Constantine gives directions to his house. "Walk 3 miles down Cherry Lane, turn left on Oak Drive. My house is the first one on the right." These are directions to two different houses. Constantine combines the directions together and tells people this is the way to our Father's house. Walk 2 miles down Cherry Lane, turn left on Walnut Boulevard. Our Father's house is the third one on the left. If we follow these directions, will we arrive at our Father's house? No, we will not. The same is true of our Father's salvation message. If we want to arrive at our Father's house in the resurrection, then our goal is to reverse the religious syncretism. We reverse religious syncretism by separating Yahuwah's belief system from the belief system observed by Emperor Constantine. We accomplish this goal in 3 simple steps. Number 1, if a practice, doctrine, principle, or rule that we are currently doing is found in the Word of Yahuwah, we keep doing it and teach people to keep doing it. Number 2, if a practice, doctrine, principle, or rule that we are currently doing contradicts the Word of Yahuwah, we stop doing it and teach people to stop doing it. Number 3, if a practice, doctrine, principle, or rule is discovered in the Word of Yahuwah that we are not doing, then we start doing it and teach people to start doing it. Yahusha said the Word of Yahuwah is the law of Moshe, the prophets, and the Tehillim. His belief system was based on these Hebrew writings. Testimony says he was resurrected and ascended to heaven and is sitting at the right hand of Yahuwah in the Garden of Eden. If this is the outcome of his belief system, then we want to restore it back to the way it was in his day. Our goal is to teach people how to separate the belief system of our Father and Messiah from the belief systems of the world, so that people can be set apart as he is set apart. And you shall be set apart unto me, for I, Yahuwah, am set apart, and I have severed you from other people that you should be mine. This is found in Vayikra 20:26. Our action plan provides teachings that separate the belief system of our Father from the belief systems of the world. The foundation redefines common terms from the perspective of our Father using his word. The teachings in Yahusha focus on redefining his purpose and restoring a correct understanding of his teachings using the word of our Father. The journey restores our Father's practices, doctrines, principles, and rules in his belief system. Community restores his perspective on his kingdom and the roles for each individual in the family, as well as our responsibilities to the community as citizens. Celebrate restores our Father's feast days and his calendar system. Study restores our relationship with our Father by making his word our primary source for all truth. Our blog, Living Our Father's Way, shows people how to apply our Father's practices, doctrines, principles, and rules. His way is good. It is not too hard. We show others these truths through our own experiences. This is our purpose. Our belief system is built on the law, the prophets, and the Tehillim, just like our Messiah. This is our foundation. Our house is built upon a firm foundation that cannot be moved, and we want to help you build one too. This is the blueprint for Our Father's Way at ourfathersway.com. It is our desire that you build your house on a firm foundation that cannot be moved, changed, or deleted.